Welcome back to it, guys, in our morning show. And the Chucky in the background is apt because we're talking mathematics. Miss Esther Ali joins me this morning on the Now Morning Show in her capacity as the Managing Director of Pamstar Promotions, the company behind the last time around our fantastic Spelling Bee and Vocabulary Initiative. But this morning they're telling us about their math campaign, and I'm excited to hear all about it. So welcome back, Miss Ali.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone in Trinidad and Tobago, all our parents, students, and potential parents and students.
I like the potential because competition time means a whole new crop being introduced to the concept of math in a positive way. And I will not lie to you, I am not a fan. So concepts like these, introducing these sorts of elements under a positive light, are definitely necessary. But tell me a little bit as to how Pamstar decided this is where we're going to go.
Okay, Pamstar has evolved in the last 3 years, but in both aspects of spelling, vocab, and also in mathematics. Like I had previously mentioned in our conversation, it was through Mr. Vivek Charan. And Vivek supported me and went out there and said, okay, Esther, you could do maths, go ahead. And I was the one hesitant. And I have to say thank you to Vivek and to Vinay, but also Vivek has been my cheerleader and helping me get to this point, especially with mathematics. He's there with spelling, but more so with mathematics as well. And mathematics is all mental. We started with 122 students in our first event. We saw the crowd got a little bit smaller in terms of, we went from 122 to 90. And that 90 was 90 in Tobago and 90 in Trinidad, so it was 180.
Oh, wow.
We appreciate that because we were able to take it through Mr. Charan's family to Tobago. And now, again, we are having it in Trinidad. And it has evolved because the type of questions has changed from then to now. We wasn't so sure in the first year how children would adapt to mental math in terms of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and so it's common. But in terms of decimal points and factors and metric, we were really shocked. They were really impressing us. The second year, the children became a little more laid back, I'm being honest, because simple little questions, certain children could not answer, but they have evolved in it. They saw where they went wrong and parents videotape and they say, Auntie Esther, we're coming back bigger and better. Auntie Esther, we could handle this and Auntie Esther. I am happy for that. Most of the children in this competition are new children, and we are grateful for that as well, because children in South have gotten more involved in it. Central has grown. East-West corridor and East-West corridor, North-South, is on par with number of students. So this time we have 135 students in our competition, and we are very proud of it.
You should be.
And we are introducing different aspects in it. So we are reintroducing the common mathematics mental that everybody should know, tables and factors and fractions and multiplication and short divisions, etc.
Right.
But we are stressing on the metric, and we are really stressing on the spelling aspect of it as well. Now people will say, but Auntie Esther, this is not a spelling competition. It is also a spelling competition. Because at the grand final, the grand finalists will be given mathematical words to spell.
Interesting. Now, let's talk a little bit more the specifics or the mechanics of things, because in terms of requirements, before they can get to spelling the words, what do they need to be able to enter altogether?
They registered online. Registration has closed off because honestly, if I left it going, I might have ended up with 200 students to deal with, only in Trinidad at that level. And we are happy with that. We are happy with the number that we have. As usual, we have very qualified judges. Our booklets are created in soft copy and hard copy for our judges. We do not provide booklets for students to study. Please understand this, folks. Everyone will call, Auntie Esther, I need the booklet. Auntie Esther, I need to do so-and-so. No, darling, you don't need to know so-and-so. It is a math mental competition, and based on the standard that your child has in, they will receive questions. A common question that was put to me, when children are elevated and put into a higher class after the Easter. That's immediately after SEN, you go into Easter and you come back out to primary school. Some children are put into higher classes and they're not exposed to the mathematics at that level. We ask parents, when you register with us, and the question one the registers will put to you is, how long has your child been in standard 3?
Right.
And if it is they've now been nominated to 3, 4, or 5, an asterisk will be placed next to it and highlighted. When it goes to the judges, there's a key that we have for those who have been recently nominated, so they are aware of it.
Right. So what you're telling me is that basically it's based on the syllabus, and therefore you are considering persons who may not have been exposed to a lot of the syllabus.
Exactly.
All right, fair game.
So we are thinking about all those areas and implementing them, because we've seen where children stand up and tell you, I never did that in school. And to avoid that happening, one of the points that we will put forward in our welcome message, which I will, if you're a child, then been asked a question and you cannot answer it, say, Miss, I don't know because I did not do it at school. Not that I don't know for other reasons.
I appreciate that you're giving students the space to say, I don't know, not just in the form of a competition, but something that will transcend beyond the moment.
Exactly.
And
we have gone from just, not cutting you here, darling, is that we have gone not just to standard 5, we are in post 5 now. So students who have written SCA are also in our competition, and we are very happy for that.
My reasoning behind the previous question, in terms of the ability to say I don't know, it lends itself to some development beyond just the competition.
Yes.
Some intangible benefits, perhaps, that you can explore with us. Because, of course, there are goals for the academic performances of the students, but I'm sure it goes beyond that. Tell me what
it really builds the confidence in the child, and that is important. Our competitions are there to build confidence that when children, forgive me, have gone off to high school, they can stand in an assembly hall and recite the national anthem and not quake. Or they can recite a poem or be called upon from a crowd and say, hey, listen, you're doing the morning prayer today, you're in Form 1 or you're in Form 2 or in Form 3. And to in our own way, bullying, because if a child is scared and nervous, they are taken advantage of. And if you have the courage to stand up in front of 400 people to answer 3 mathematical mental questions, darling, you're going clear. Going clear in a positive way. That you could stand up and tell somebody, you can't take advantage of me. You cannot take advantage of me because I am strong. And by prayer and guidance, this is how we guide our children. And it is important.
Now, you continue to have this event, this being the 3rd one, making sure that, as you say, you give children that confidence to be their best selves, as I like to think of it. But we are hearing a lot about the children winning intangible things. Let's get into the prizes itself. What do they take home?
Trophies, medals, certificates, vouchers, hampers.
Sounds nice.
And we have entertainment for them at the day of the competition.
Nice.
So our competition is broken down into 2 aspects. Children on the East-West corridor are asked to reach to the location. The event is on Saturday at St. Mary's Parish Hall. Preliminary and semi-finals.
Right.
Those on the East-West corridor, we have a parent chat set up. So we're always advising folks what's happening. You need to come in and register from 6:45 a.m. because competition starts promptly at 8 o'clock. When we say 8 o'clock sharp, who is there needs to go forward.
Right.
Because at 9:15, we start registering for Central South. So immediately after the East-West corridor students come off, the South Central children come on. And what happens is we will advise parents, if it is that you want to take your little ones away from when they're finished with the preliminary, we got no problem with that. But bring them back for 11:30. At 11:30, you will have Peter Polar Bear there giving away cornflakes.
Of course.
We will have Sunshine there, and we will have Charles chocolate. We will have Bryden there, and Bryden with the chocolate store and the Tang and the Columbina. Most importantly, Charon's Bookstores is going to have a bookstore at the locations. So persons who are not in the competition and still live in the area and you would like to pop by and purchase items, you are welcome to. Just we ask, lower the volume, because we don't want any interference to the children. But they are there to provide books on sale or on specials, and they can also email their book list to Charon's or to myself. They can contact me, WhatsApp me for the details on 471-2604. Folks, this competition is growing, and with the support of sponsors like Charon's, we are able to do so much. And I have seen children move from primary school to high school, call me on SCA result there, Auntie Esther, I passed for Hillview. Auntie Esther, I didn't get my first choice. Auntie Esther, I enlarged me. And the mother and father is like, I had nothing to say, no, all they want is the phone to call Auntie Esther.
But that's because you're living really and truly those watchwords that you continuously tell us about.
Yeah.
Listen, learn, and enlighten each other. It's something you embody beautifully. But you know, that means that you should be enlightening and listening across the waters. So what is going to happen beyond the prelims and semi-finals? That's Saturday, the 15th of June.
And 22nd.
We have the 22nd for the grand finale. What is happening across the waters?
Tobago, we have not left you out. And you need to give Charon's a round of applause for that. Because without their support, we were not going to be able to bring New Wave Match Championships 3rd edition to Tobago. We are in Tobago on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of August. Oof. Competition days start at 9 a.m. on those dates. Folks, the letters will go out to the schools from the end of today. The advertising campaign will kick off in Tobago on the 3rd of July. But I am happy to say today it has been launched today here at TTT.
Woohoo! We're heading to Tobago.
Folks, feel free to call me. I have a lot of parents on the Tobago chat from National Spelling Bee for still send me a message, Auntie Esther, can I register? And you all know it's free, free, free. Pamstar Promotion charges for nothing of parent, teacher, or student.
And they have so much to gain because we are getting ready for that 3rd annual New Wave Math Championship, happening on the 15th of June and the 22nd here in Trinidad, and then in August we head to Tobago. Now, granted that you've told us just about everything that we need to know in terms of registration for Trinidad being closed, but Tobago still being open, and all the beautiful things that the children will win. If you were to give us any final thoughts on this one as we get ready for competition coming up, what would that be?
Parents, ensure your children have breakfast. Remember, if you're leaving the venue, remove the numbers and give it to the ushers. Return by 11:30 a.m. You know I am freely accessible up to 11 o'clock last night. People emailing me and WhatsApping me. Auntie Esther is always here to listen, learn, and enlighten herself with each and every one of you. So let's make this happen. And thank you, Charon's Bookstores, and the few sponsors that we have this time, especially JMMB Bank has come and joined us. We are happy to have them. We are happy to have Bryden and the children's brands, the Columbina, Tang, and Chocolate Store. We are happy that Sunshine has come on board. We are happy that UFL has stayed with us. So we did not have as much sponsors as previous years gone by, and these sponsors are still willing to support us. And Soft and Pretty as well is they're giving hampers as usual to the children and UFL. So God bless all our sponsors. We're looking for new sponsors and additional sponsors for Tobago. Please contact me. You have your tax write-off with this, please. Contact me on 471-2604.
And on that note, we say congratulations for a successful third year ahead and beyond. And thank you very much to Ms. Esther Ali, the Managing Director of Pamstar Promotions, for joining us this morning as they get ready to take math by storm in Trinidad and Tobago. Guys, in our morning show, we'll be wrapping up after these messages. We'll be back.